What if I told you
you
that the biggest
absolutely
screen
can.
you'll use this
The
year
immersive
might not sit on your
combined with
desk,
the lightweight
hang on your
design
wall,
makes true
or
relaxation
fold into your
possible.
pocket, but quietly appear in front of your
With the
eyes the moment you
glasses, I
plug in
can
a
actually
cable.
see
No
your
startup
reactions
drama,
while we
no
collaborate
loading.
on the design.
Screen.
That's the key
No
difference.
futuristic sound effects. Who's-the-screen-floating.com. Almost suspiciously simple. That's the experience. The XREAL
Why display glasses don't try
1S.
to impress you.
Display glasses promise, and today we're answering the one question that actually matters.
The
What
one
happens
expectation
after
you
the
must
first
drop
5
before
minutes?
trying display glasses.
Because here's the thing, a lot of tech looks impressive at first glance, but the real test doesn't happen during the demo. It happens later, when you're sitting on your couch, when your phone battery dips, when someone walks into the room and asks what you're wearing. That's when the truth shows up. So instead of selling you a fantasy, let's walk through what it's actually like to live with these glasses, one real moment at a time. The XREAL 1 SR display glasses, not a computer, not a headset, not smart glasses in the traditional sense. They don't run apps on
As
their
you can
own.
see,
They don't
these aren't
think
just
for
cool
you.
demos.
They don't do
We use
anything
them
until you
every
connect
day
them
to
to a
review
compatible
complex
device.
data in real time.
And the first time you do that,
See how the 3D
there's this
model
tiny
renders right
pause
here? I can
where your
manipulate
brain
the data
expects
just
more
by
to
swiping.
happen.
Wow,
but
that level of
nothing
detail is
does.
incredible.
The
The
image
latency is almost
just appears in
non-existent.
front of you, like someone quietly turned on a massive invisible TV. That moment is important because it sets the tone for everything else. There's no feeling of
Finally,
being trapped.
a headset replacement
No
that
tightening
actually
straps.
works.
No.
The augmented
Foam
reality is
pressing
seamless.
against your face. You put them on like normal glasses, and they sit there like normal glasses. The weight rests on your nose and ears, evenly
to check
spread
this out.
without
The
pulling your
interface
head
is
forward.
incredible.
And after a few
I
minutes,
don't know, it looks kind of distracting.
your brain stops paying attention to
this
the
is
glasses
actually amazing.
themselves and starts focusing on what's on the screen. That transition happens
Are display
faster than you
glasses
expect.
an accessory
And
or a
once
device?
it does, it's hard to go back. But comfort isn't just about how something feels when you sit still. It's
Are
about how
display
it
glasses
behaves
the
when you
missing middle
move.
ground in XR?
When you lean back,
Smart
when you
glasses
shift in your
promise
chair,
connection, but
the
deliver
screen
distraction.
in the XREAL 1S
True display glasses
stays
let you
fixed in
enjoy
your
the
field
moment
of
in
view.
peace.
It doesn't lock onto walls or follow the environment. It doesn't track the room. It simply exists in front of you, like a floating window that moves
Can
with
you
your
really
eyes,
relax
not the
while
world.
wearing
And at
display
first,
glasses?
that feels a little strange. But then something clicks.
Are
You
display
realize your
glasses
neck
the
is
future?
relaxed.
Or just a
Your
bigger
shoulders
phone
drop.
screen?
You're not holding. Pause. You're just watching. I remember the exact moment this stopped feeling like a gadget and started feeling like a habit. I reached for the glasses the same way I'd reach for headphones without thinking.
Can
And that's
display
when I knew
glasses
the
fit
design
into a normal
was
daily
doing something
routine?
right. Because nothing about the experience felt urgent
When you
or
already own a
demanding.
premium
The glasses
OLED
didn't
this
ask for
large,
attention.
it's hard to
They
justify
waited
the
for
cost.
it.
But the
Now
AR
let's talk
overlay
about
offers a
power.
complete
Because this is where expectations
Wow,
usually
this
flip.
is incredible.
The XREAL 1
Okay, show me the way to the
S don't
gallery.
have a battery inside. No charging port on the frame. No power button. They draw power directly from whatever you connect them to. Phone,
The seamless
tablet,
integration and
or other
intuitive data
compatible device.
visualization
That
are
sounds
the
like a
real
limitation.
reasons these glasses feel
Until
so
you use them
easy
for
to
more than a
trust.
few minutes. There's no heat buildup on your face. No fan noise. No internal warmth creeping in. The glasses stay cool and
The XR
quiet
headset
because they're
needs
not
facial
doing any
tracking
processing
and
themselves.
environmental mesh analysis, which is
That
difficult to
simplicity
grasp.
changes how
But
long
with
you're
these
willing to wear
glasses,
them.
the dis-
You don't feel rushed. You don't feel like you're managing a device. You're just using a screen. And that's a theme you'll keep hearing. Because the XREAL 1S don't try to replace your phone. They rely
Is open
on
ear audio
Italian.
or deal breaker?
That relationship is more balanced than it sounds. Audio is another area where reality matters. The sound comes from small speakers built into the arms of the glasses, positioned close to your ears.
But these
There are no
display
earbuds,
glasses,
they are
no
intuitive and
seals,
easy to integrate
no
into your daily
isolation.
life.
In a quiet room, the audio
Oh
feels
my,
personal.
the display is
like
so
it's meant
clear.
just for you.
This
In louder
technology is
environments,
truly amazing.
sound can leak, and people
See?
nearby
The
may
data
hear it.
visualization
That's not a
project's
flaw.
right here in the
It's a
corner of my
design
eye.
choice.
Wow,
These
that's
aren't
incredible
privacy
fidelity.
headphones.
Can it
They're
track
convenient
real-time metrics
speakers.
too?
And
Display
once you
glasses
understand
don't try
that,
to impress you.
you stop
They
expecting
rest
them to
here,
behave like something
confident
they're
in
not.
their own design.
What surprised me
waiting to
was
be
how natural
appreciated.
the audio felt during
Escape
casual
technology
use,
fully
watching a
immerses
video,
you. Convenience
listening to
technology,
dialogue,
however,
letting sound
simplifies
exist
and
without
streamlines
pressing
your
anything
life.
into your
Are those
ears.
the new glasses?
It's subtle, almost
Look at the
polite.
interface.
And that makes a difference when you're wearing
You
them
get
longer
used to
than
the
you
attention.
planned.
The
Here's
display
where the
is
phrase
stunning and the
almost
battery life
XR
is
starts to
great.
earn its place.
But when
You're
it
not
comes
fully
to the
immersed.
camera, especially in low light,
You still
it
see the
really
room
struggles.
around you.
Why
Light
display
enters from
glasses
the
don't
sides.
try to replace your phone.
You can make eye contact. You can respond when someone talks to you. And that balance, that constant awareness of reality, changes how comfortable you feel wearing them around other people. You don't feel hidden. You don't feel sealed off. You feel present, just enhanced. But there's a moment that always brings you back. You turn your head quickly, and the screen doesn't stay anchored to the room. It stays with you. That's
In a
the
world
reminder.
of constant
This is an
digital
augmented
immersion,
reality.
sometimes
This
true
is a
comfort
display.
is found
And
in disconnecting.
The moment you accept that, the experience becomes smoother,
Would you miss display
calmer,
glasses if
and
they were
more
gone?
honest. So now that the glasses no longer feel like a novelty, the real experiment begins.
Are display
This is the
glasses
point
the
where
most
excitement
honest
usually
form of
fades
XR?
and habits take over. Because once something sits comfortably on your face, the only question left is whether it earns its place in your daily routine. And with the XREAL One
Can
S,
display glasses
that
be
answer
your most
depends
used
entirely
screen
on
without
how
you
they
noticing?
behave when life gets slightly messy. Let's start with phone connectivity, because that's the backbone of this experience. The XREAL 1S connect to compatible smartphones using a wired connection. No pairing screens.
Why almost
no
XR
Bluetooth
might
setup.
be the
You plug
smartest
them in,
category yet.
and the phone treats them like an external display. Whatever is on your phone appears in front of your eyes. Apps, videos, menus, everything. And that immediacy is both the strength and the test. There's no custom interface inside the glasses themselves. No special home screen. What you see is what your phone sends. At first,
Would
that
you
feels
miss
almost
display
underwhelming.
glasses if they were gone?
You expect something more dramatic,
Why
but then you
display
realize
glasses
what that
don't
actually
need AI
means.
to feel useful?
You don't have to learn anything new. There's no adjustment period. If you know how to use your
Are
phone,
display glasses
you know
the
how to use
most
these
honest
glasses.
form of XR?
that familiarity lowers the barrier instantly. A kid can understand it. An older adult doesn't feel lost. And that alone makes the glasses more approachable than many head-mounted devices. Now here's the moment that changes your relationship with them. You stand up. You take a few steps.
Can display
The screen
glasses be
stays
your
in front
most
of you.
used screen
It doesn't
without you noticing?
float away. It doesn't jitter. It simply exists,
The artist,
calmly
Martha
following
W.,
your gaze.
completed this
You're still
work in
aware of your
1988.
surroundings. But
Notice
the
the bold
content
use
stays
of color
readable,
and texture
and
of this
suddenly,
piece.
you realize these aren't meant to be used while constantly moving through the
Why
world.
almost
They're meant to be
XR
used while
might be
being
the
present in
smartest
it.
category yet.
Sitting,
You almost forget
standing,
you're wearing them.
leaning.
The data is right there when
pausing.
you need it, without isolating you
That
from the real
distinction
world.
matters, because when you
As the
try to
XR
push them
race
into
heats up,
situations they're
perhaps
not
the clearest
designed
path
for,
forward
the
isn't through
illusion
complexity,
breaks. And
but
that's
through
not a
simplicity.
failure, it's honesty. The XREAL 1S don't pretend to be something they're not. They don't claim to overlay directions on the street. They don't lock objects into space. They show you a screen.
Are display
a very
glasses a
large
productivity
one. And
tool
once you respect
or
that boundary,
entertainment device?
the experience becomes far more enjoyable. One of the most interesting moments for me happened accidentally. I was watching a video. Someone walked into the room, and I paused without taking the glasses off.
What happens
That's not
when the
something I
W
do with
factor
VR.
fades?
But here, it felt natural. I could see them. They could see
The
my
truth
eyes.
about
The
cables
glasses didn't
and
dominate
freedom
the interaction.
with wearable
They stepped
displays.
back. And that social comfort is a quiet strength that doesn't show up on spec sheets. But let's talk about control, because this is where real-life friction can creep in. The XREAL 1S. Don't add new input methods. You still use your phone
See, the
to
glasses
control
aren't isolating
everything.
us. They're enhancing the
Touchscreen.
collaboration on the design. So.
Buttons.
I agree. The overlay really helps visualize
Whatever you
the
normally
structure.
use. The glasses don't introduce gestures or sensors that
Is
guess what you
open-ear
want.
audio a
That means
deal
there's nothing
breaker
new to learn,
or
but it
a
also
hidden
means your phone
advantage?
stays part of the equation. You don't escape it. You share the experience with it. At first, it feels like a compromise. Then it starts to
This
feel
looks
like
like
stability.
XR, but it isn't.
Nothing misfires.
Here's why that matters.
Nothing triggers accidentally. If something happens, you know why. The glasses do exactly what they're told, no more. no less.
They look so
and
much
in a
better than
world
the
full of
headset.
tech that tries to be clever, there's something
And
refreshing
I can
about
actually
that
pay
restraint.
attention when you're talking.
Now, let's talk about visuals,
this.
because
The
this is where
interface is so
expectations and
intuitive.
reality finally meet.
It's
The
just
display
another
appears sharp
distraction.
and
I
bright,
prefer a good book.
filling a large portion of your field of view. It feels like sitting in front of a big screen from a comfortable distance. Text is readable. Videos look clean, but the experience depends on positioning. If the glasses sit too high or too low on your face, the image shifts.
The biggest
That's not a
misunderstanding
flaw.
about these
It's
XR
physics.
glasses is
The
thinking
display
they're
is
just a
fixed
gimmick.
inside the
They
frame,
are, in fact, a
so fit
fundamental shift
matters.
in how we interact with digital
This is where the
information.
included
The key
adjustments
differentiator
become
is the
important.
realism of the
Once you
data
dial in the
visualization.
position,
It
the
simply
screen
works as
settles into
promised.
place.
And the
when it
Q3
does,
projections confirm
something
that trend.
interesting happens.
While virtual
you stop
reality
noticing
isolates
the
us in
edges.
simulated worlds,
You stop
augmented
thinking about where the
reality
image
integrates
starts and
digital
ends.
information directly
You just
into
watch.
our own.
That's
What's the updated
when the
timeline for the
magic,
facade
the
installation?
quiet kind,
We're
actually
currently
works.
3 days ahead of schedule.
But here comes a twist.
Assuming current
The
weather
more you
trends
use
hold.
them, the more you notice what they don't do. There's no depth interaction. No 3D objects floating in your room. No spatial
VR is immersive but
anchoring.
intense.
And for some people,
Display glasses, however,
that's
offer a seamless and
disappointing.
useful integration of digital
But for
information
others,
into our daily
it's a
lives.
relief.
Can display glasses
There's no
replace
learning
tablets
curve,
for
no
casual
cognitive
use?
overload,
As you can see,
no
the
sensory
answer is
fatigue.
yes,
The
and
glasses
it's
don't fight your
completely
brain.
seamless.
They cooperate with it. I tested them for short sessions, then longer ones, and something stood out.
You've still got the
I didn't
tag
feel
on
the
those.
urge to rip
Oh
them
my
off. My eyes
goodness.
didn't feel strained. My face didn't feel compressed. And that's not because the glasses are doing something extraordinary. It's because they're not trying to.
With a lighter form
They
factor, the
stay
digital overlay.
in their lane.
This is
And in
absolutely
doing
incredible.
so,
The field of view
they
is
become easier to
amazing.
trust.
Look at that one.
But
It
trust
looks
is
like
built
everyone is
over
having
time,
fun. The experience
and not everything
scales
is perfect.
perfectly.
Cable management matters. The wire reminds you that you're connected. You can't wander freely. You can't forget the source device. And sometimes, that's exactly what pulls you back to reality. It's a small
See?
anchor,
It
a
barely
reminder
feels
that
like I'm
this
wearing them.
is a tool,
I can still focus
not
on
a
our
portal.
conversation.
And yet,
It's much better
even
than
with that
being totally
limitation,
shut off.
I found myself choosing them again. Not because they were exciting,
Why
but
display
because they were
glasses work
easy.
best
Because
when
they
you
didn't
don't
demand
overthink
attention.
them?
Because they didn't make promises they couldn't keep.
Discipling.
So now we're standing
Underrated
at an
feature of
important
display
crossroads.
glasses is the instant
We've seen how
verifiable
they
data
feel.
overlay.
We've
I can
seen
see
how
the
they
pesticide.
behave in everyday use. But the final question hasn't been answered yet. Who are these actually for? Who benefits the most from a device that lives somewhere
exactly
between
do
a
they do?
screen
Can you
and an
actually see through them?
experience?
See this?
By now,
It projects
the
the screen
XREAL
right here, only
1S
I can see it.
have shown their true personality.
remarkable.
They're not loud. They're not demanding. They don't chase attention. And that's exactly why the final question matters more than any feature list ever could. Who
Can a
do these
wired
glasses
display
actually
still
make
feel
sense for?
futuristic in
Because the answer isn't
2026?
everyone. I'm pretending. Otherwise would
presentation
miss
was
the entire
fascinating.
point of what they are.
I'm glad I caught you
If
before
you're
you
looking
left,
for
Mrs.
something that
Smith.
replaces your phone,
Oh yes, I found the
these
data
aren't
quite
it.
compelling.
If you want full augmented reality with objects locked into your room, these aren't it. And if you expect a device that thinks for you,
Can
talks
display
back to you,
glasses change
or
how you
disappears
consume
into the
content
background
casually?
completely, these
These
won't
new
do that
augmented
either.
reality
But if you want a
glasses
screen
certainly
that
make it
follows
easier.
you,
Can display
quietly,
glasses reduce screen fatigue?
reliably,
Or
without
just move
asking
it?
you to change how you live, then suddenly the XREAL 1S make a lot of sense. I realized this during a moment that didn't feel special at all. I wasn't
The
testing
hidden
anything.
benefit
I wasn't
of
paying
not
attention
having
to specs.
spatial tracking.
I was just using them, watching
Down here,
something,
simplicity is strength.
standing up,
By offloading the
sitting back
processing
down,
power to the
pausing
surface,
when
the
someone
ROV
spoke to me,
avoids the
and
systemic
at no point did I feel disconnected from the world around me. That's when it clicked. They say glasses aren't about escape.
Are display glasses
about
practical
convenience.
or just cool
They work
tech
best
demos?
when you don't treat them like the future. When you treat them like a tool,
key is ergonomic
something you
design
reach
and
for when a
balanced
normal
weight
screen
distribution,
feels
allowing
inconvenient.
for
A big
hours
display
of
without the
comfortable
space. A private viewing
After 2
experience
hours, they
without
was fine,
isolation.
but
And once
5
you
hours
frame
is
them that
definitely pushing
way,
it.
their
My eyes
strengths
are killing me.
become clearer. The
You
open
might think a
audio,
big screen is
for
enough,
example,
but as you can see,
isn't
these
about
glasses
immersion.
create a
It's
private
about
theater experience
awareness.
that really has to
You
be
hear
seen
what
to
you're
be
watching,
believed.
but you also hear the room. That's not a compromise. It's a choice. The same goes for the display staying fixed in your view instead of the
Welcome back.
environment.
Today we're looking
It
at the
reduces
honest
complexity.
pros and
It
cons
reduces
after
fatigue.
real-world use of